We're born in the moonlight. Ain't a fan to say. Can't breathe in sunlight.
Hello, beautifuls. This is Aromie here, and welcome back to That Which Finds Us. We are here, not on the pier. Hopefully, another chance to confess or something. Open up to each other. Off in the distance, small blinking lights can be seen in the sky. It's getting about the time of year. I'm going to have to fly to see Mom soon for Christmas. I wonder what about his mother. Does he ever talk to her? What about the rest of his family? But looking at him, the silence, the cool breeze, the twinkling lights on the horizon. Not right now. It can be a question for another time. I don't want to ruin the moment. A family of ducks swim past us. You want to feed the ducks? I think they can survive without a couple of breadcrumbs. How do you know? How do you know? There might be a shortage of duck food, whatever they usually eat. Then I guess natural selection will do its thing. Wow, I'm pretty dark. So cold. Actually, I am getting a bit cold when I head back. Sure. Wow, natural selection. Where the hell am I? Wow, fourth date and I'm walking into his apartment? It's a bit cleaner than I expected. Oh, I legit thought he lived in the store. I hope this isn't what he meant by having to prepare. You can put your coat on the chair. Stay for a bit. This is a trap. Are you here to trap me? We didn't eat supper. Are you hungry? A bit. I can make us something. I'm an alright cook if I do say so myself. Tosses Hot Pockets in the microwave. And I'm not limited to ramen or toast either. So how about it? Some pasta? Maybe grilled chicken? Now you're making me hungry. How about both then? Chicken pasta. Sounds good. What do you want me to do? Get some noodles out of my cabinet to the left of the refrigerator. You can sit back and watch TV after that if you like. It won't take long. Or too long. Alright. I walk over to the cabinet. There's some pantry food in it, of course, along with the noodles. His pantry is more full than mine, but that's not saying a lot. You just don't need a lot of groceries when you're living by yourself. I grab the noodles and walk back. He's already pulled out the chicken and started a skillet. Here you go. Thanks. The remote's on the table. I'll have this ready soon. But I mean, he's also living alone. So, why does he have more food than me when he's barely home? Maybe my girl just needs to eat more. I leave him in the kitchen and walk into his room. Or walk to his living room. Not his bedroom, I'm sorry. Meaning I walked 5 steps away from him. There's a couch, a table, a chair, a TV, and not too much else. There, now the TV's on. Looks like some sport event. Next, some ghost hunting show. Well, at least it'll be entertaining. Now that I'm able to sit down, I notice more of his apartment. Everything has a beige color scheme with some red embellishments. Most of the furniture looks new-ish, not brand new, but also not handed down. His coffee table is stacked with all sorts of papers, a few magazines, newspapers, and legal-looking stuff. I mean, you wanted to see illegal stuff? Upon further inspection, it actually pulls out to be... Oh, sorry. I need a burp or something. It actually pulls out to become a desk for working on the couch. I wonder how much work he does sitting right here watching TV. This place looks sort of minimalistic except for the cluster of photos over there. This is the boy I saw. But yet, here he is, posing beside Idris. The boy looks a lot younger in this picture. Maybe 10. Is that your brother? Cousin? The little boy you took care of after, like, cutting him... Did he take it from the Child Protective Services? It just definitely hasn't changed as much as the kid, but he's still younger looking in the photo, probably 22 or 3. His hair is a bit longer and he's wearing a baggier clothing. Other than that, though, he looks pretty similar to the current day. They're both smiling, so carefree, seeing them side by side. There's another photo here of him as a toddler. All these photos here. Pasta's ready. Excuse me, explain these photos. There you go. I didn't figure you for the cooking type. I had to learn how to cook for myself if I was ever going to eat. And I learned how to cook pasta noodles from cooking ramen. Pretty sure those are different processes, but okay. Well, it tastes good at any rate. I'm glad you like it. You noticed some of the photos I had hanging up? Yeah? That's my little brother. He's in high school right now and lives with our mom, so I don't see him much. Plus he's, well, quite a few years younger than me. About 13. Kind of throws everything for a loop when you've been an only child for so long. And then suddenly your mom has a kid when you're about to go into high school. But at least I was old enough to help take care of him. He can be a handful at times. Why didn't you say that the other day when I asked about him? It's complicated. There's also another look in his eyes. I also didn't think it'd go this far. Or maybe that's my pessimistic interpretation. Jeez, what he's thinking. You know, I kind of feel like he doesn't like us that much. There are a lot of complicated things in his life, it seems. I never realized how repetitive life can get when you keep up to your... I cannot read. Repetitive life can get when you keep to yourself, avoiding others. It's ridiculous looking back. Even if I was nice to my coworkers and ate with them at times, that was it. I was refusing to make any lasting connections. Mood. Me. That in and of itself is avoiding others. Very true. I'm just a total introvert, okay? I didn't realize this until now, until he showed it to me so plainly. Even my relationship with Steven, given the level of interaction we were at, was barely any deeper than with my coworkers. To someone I talked to a fair amount, and occasionally went to places with. Never someone I'd open up to. It can be easy to see it as a safe way to live, but in reality it's lonely, soul-sucking, and contrived. People can't bottle everything up without someone to confide in. Having such a complicated job and family is no good if you can only keep to yourself. These are such deep words. I somehow managed to make eye contact. Idris, you can't keep going on like this. Like this work, this stress, I know how it feels. Alright, maybe not fully, but I get a bit of what you're going through. You think you can't tell people even a sliver of what's going on in your life, but all that's doing is making yourself more miserable. It's not an easy way to live. It's not an easier way to live. It's the opposite. It's not living at all. Wow. Maybe I should hang out with my coworkers. Kidding, I'm not. It's just too much drama at work. We're silent for a moment. His eyes show some sort of pain, something troubling him, but he just shakes his head. I wish I could tell you everything. I don't even tell Zach a lot about my clients. Whoa, your brother's named Zach? I have a friend named Zach. Even though he'll probably take over shouldn't anything happen to me. It's not the dream lifestyle I envisioned. I just needed to get by, so I did some things I'm not proud of. I took some shadier clients, but I can't tell just anybody about all that. It's easier to try to move on your own, not relying on others. It feels easier, after all. After all, I had to yawn. You don't have to spend energy talking to others or introducing yourself or making plans. You do what you want on your own schedule. And after a while, you start to convince yourself that it's better this way. But, I grab his hand. But you don't have to move forward on your own anymore. Because I'm here. I'm here to take your hand. Gimme. And neither do you. So we can quit making excuses for not being around people. And you can open up to me. Ha, so tricky. Maybe in the future I can tell you everything. Then maybe in the future I can tell you all my secrets too. What secrets? You're like an audiobook. What does that even mean? Well, it's like an open book, except you vocally tell me everything about yourself. That's kind of funny. And I suppose you're a vault with a lock and key. Lock and key, password protected, fingerprint scan. You get the idea. Sure. How about I take your plate then, Mr. Vault? I'll take it. Don't worry about it. Why is this plate taking thing an option? I insist, I guess, because you made me dinner. I grab the plate before he can anyway, or at least I try to. However, in the process, I accidentally knock over his drink, spilling it on myself. God! Here, take these towels. We clean up my mess as best as we can, but my shirt and skirt are still soaked. And maybe worse, sticky. He couldn't have just drank water tonight, could he? That don't seem right. Yes, let him take the plate. I let him take the plate since he wants to insist so much. He puts the plate in the sink and I walk over to the couch. That seems better, I guess. Gosh, this girl is so stupid. How has she not realized she's dating Santa in disguise? Probably because Santa isn't usually a charming 20-looking year old. You'd think the snow magically falling around them and the reindeer appearing would clue her into something being amiss. Some girls are just oblivious to everything. This is the third scene where she's gone to see her mother about him. Sometimes they just make these Christmas specials too unrealistic. How are people supposed to believe a girl can fall for Santa when they also want us to believe she's working her dream job as a model in New York and her rent is barely $500 a month? That's no way. The scenery is pretty at least. Tons of snow gently falling down. Nice warm fireplaces. And I fell asleep over here, didn't I? No? Oh, okay. Anything good? Not really, only bad news and more bad news. The informants are getting close, but they just can't get close enough, it seems. From what they're saying, there seems to be a bit of a shakeup happening right now with the leader. He's either traveling or something's happened to him, so things have been going slow. Do I even want to know what the other bad news is? No, you don't. They've caught onto you again. You might have already noticed, but they've sent a few scouts to stake you two out. Huh, lovely. Damn it, so what? What are we supposed to do? Sit tight. That's easier said than done. So is he a good guy or bad guy? Byron. I asked Tyler how to pronounce this guy's name, because I kept saying Byron, and I'm pretty sure that sounds completely wrong. So he said it's Byron? So, there we go, Byron. My guys are working as fast as they can. All we can do now is wait. Wait, huh? Who are you? Byron? And what do you do? Shit! I can't believe I fell asleep here. God, it's morning. Good thing I don't have work until tonight. Damn it, I thought she was gonna say not work at all. It's quiet in here. Did he leave? I should really be getting up. There's a note here. I had a meeting to go to. I'll call you later. Feel free to sleep in however long you like. Asshat. I should get going. Why are you gonna call him asshat? He left you a note. Oh, you should have seen this guy yesterday. He walks in asking for some special toy that had been advertised on TV. But of course we don't have any. We sold out of that model weeks ago. He starts going on this rant about how his kid's Christmas is going to be ruined, how his wife is never going to let him go shopping again, and then his wife comes in and has to practically drag him out. People can get so crazy this time of year, which is very true because a lot of I used to work at Toys R Us before they shut down during holiday time. Man, everybody wanted those stupid monkey toys, the fingerlings, and then the LOL dolls. No. It was horror. I'm just glad I didn't have to work Black Friday. Yeah, well, I did. It wasn't fun. They made me open the doors. I was so worried I'd get trampled. At least that means I won't have to work Christmas Eve. Don't remind me. I was gonna take a nice vacation, but no, someone has to close on Christmas Eve. Why do we have to stay open in the first place? Ugh, maybe I'll convince them to let me close early. Sierra takes another sip of her soda and starts texting someone, probably her boyfriend. I start to zone out and look around when I notice. It's the boy. The cute boy. That's Idris's little brother. Which I still don't know his name. Hey, you want a cookie? No, I'm trying to lose weight. And you're drinking diet sodas? Baby steps. Alright. That's so me. What am I doing? Is this stalking? No, I'm just trying to find out a little more about him. Why Idris doesn't talk about him. He said his name is Zach. Yeah, Zach. He's wearing decent clothes. They're not dirty. Great, so he's not homeless. He has AirPods. He's not homeless. That's about all I can tell, though. Can I help you? What do you want? Damn. Nice AirPods. Wait, they're not AirPods. I just realized they had wires right there. Why didn't I notice that before? You're not usually this awkward, are you? Huh? You're, what's your name again? Elizabeth? How do you know my name? Evilise. So he just has told him about me. Oh. And you're Idris's little brother. Yep, that's me. Okay. Well, nice talk. Oh, okay, Zach. Wait! Could you tell me a bit about your family? Why? Because I'm worried about him. And every time I ask anything, he always gives me vague answers and keeps me in the dark. He tilts his head a bit, trying to decide. That sounds pretty typical. He sighs and turns his music off before looking back at me. Well, as you know, I'm a lot younger than him, about 13 years or so. Mom had me right before Dad died. I was like 2 or 3. Idris was in high school. Idris had a job before Dad died, I think. He had to work extra shifts since Mom had been a stay-at-home parent for me. I figure that's what happened anyway. I was obviously too young to remember, so this is what they told me. He stops for a bit, attempting to figure out where to go from here. Mom eventually got a job and Idris got enough money to buy back the store. But, well, he's probably told you before, but he wasn't exactly the best at his job. At first. I was in elementary school at the time. He somewhat lived with us back then. By the time I only saw him about every couple days or so. I think he was staying late at the office, trying to learn the ropes and just sleeping there. His voice gets a bit quiet. It's a lot of rather serious stuff he's opening up about. It's alright if you don't want to continue. You've already told me a lot more than I knew before. No, it's fine. He can get really stubborn sometimes, so I'm not surprised he hasn't told you most of his stuff yet. He pauses for a brief moment to collect his thoughts before continuing. I was still really young back then, but I could tell things weren't great. You're telling a complete stranger your life story. Technically, I guess I'm not a stranger because it just has mentioned me before to Zach. And then it all stopped. What stopped? The stress, the situation. Within a few months, he moved out, got his own apartment. He gave Mom some of his check, and we were able to move it to a better apartment in a better subdivision. Just like that. Sorta. Things got better, but they also got worse. I didn't get to see him a lot afterwards. I still don't. One of his last times he came over, they got into an argument. Over what? Over his business. Mom always knew about the knife and Dad's side business. She just turned a bit of a blind eye. It just says that some of Dad's customers could be a little bit pushy, but they paid the bills. But now, there was something different. It just has gotten some of the same customers back, but he also got new ones. Who were they? I don't know. Him and Mom won't tell me. I just know they're shady people. The way Mom was always talking to him, they're probably criminals. What was she saying? She disowned him. That's tough. Disowned him. It was about 5 or so years ago, though. I had just started middle school by that time. To be honest, I don't remember a lot from back then, but that's what he just told me one day when I asked why he doesn't like Mom. They talk a bit now, but Mom doesn't like me spending too much time with him. Why would he agree to work with criminals? I asked him that once. Why are you working with dangerous people? He just smiled a bit and said they pay better. He wouldn't look at me. And what do you think about it? Huh? What do you think about him? Taking on these types of clients? Well, I haven't really met them, so I can't say too much. All I know is they pay a lot. I just wish what? I wish it wasn't such a dangerous work. Dangerous how? The guys he's helping aren't the ones you've got to worry about. It's their enemies. He's been hospitalized a couple times now. What? Hey, we're going to be late for work. I'm going to head on back. You can stay here chatting all you want. Alright, I'll head back in a little bit. She doesn't even question him chatting up like a high schooler. So these guys have hurt him before. Yeah, there's some guys out to get him. They're the enemies of his shady clients. He just calls them the bad guys. Of course, he never says who the good guys are in the situation. His eye's just like his big brother. It seems Idris has been trying to keep him safe by staying away, but it's obviously only hurting him instead. This whole time I was just worried about Idris, but I failed to see the kid in front of me who's just as worried as I am. Zach, how are you doing today? Huh? I was asking a lot about Idris, but I didn't ask much about yourself. Well, you didn't see that coming. He shuffles around a bit. I probably could have guessed they were related even without him telling me. I'm doing fine, I guess. You're in high school, right? How's that treating you? It's alright. He was fine before, but now that I'm specifically talking about him, he's nervous. Was Idris ever like this? He always seems so full of himself. I'm a junior this year. Lots more homework. I bet so. That's about it, I guess. He's so cute. He really likes you, though. I haven't seen him smile a lot these past few months. Does he, though? Because I feel like he's, like, low-key, like, smart-assy around me. Hope this was a bit enlightening to you. Yes, it was. I need to get back to work. Be good, okay? When am I? A lost puppy? I'll see you around. Sorry for assuming those were AirPods, kid. Ah, what a long week. I can't believe I didn't sleep here one night. Time to hit the sack. I didn't even text him to say, hey, I woke up and left your place. I locked it up for you or whatever. Why the hell is he calling me this early? Hello? Hey, about time he answered. A phone call is as convenient as a text. Very funny, and I did text you. Why are you calling me this early? Why are you calling and texting me? You said that's something like a clingy girlfriend and you cut yourself off? I don't know what you consider early, but 10 a.m. isn't that early to me. No, honestly, it's not. It's already 10 a.m. Alright, so maybe I accidentally slept in. What's your point? Look, do you want to go to the movies? The movies? When? I don't know, in like an hour or so? Sure, let me get dressed. Dude, I did not read what he says because it goes by so fast. That's the only trigger I have with this game. Sometimes they like speed it too fast, assuming you've already read it. I didn't read it. Good afternoon. It would already be afternoon if you didn't sleep in half the day. I had a crazy night last night, alright? I don't know what I did, but okay. Oh, are you a secret criminal? Or a private detective? It's just like you said, a secret. I probably have a lot more secrets than you. Ha, sure. So, what do you want to watch? I figured you already have something in mind. Alright, how about we watch the new action flick? The superhero one? Yeah, I hear it's pretty good. Sounds fine. Oh, I'm way over time. Why aren't you guys telling me I'm over time? You guys can't. But anyway, this is where we're going to end today's episode off. Honestly, I didn't know Idris told Zach about us. And then, obviously, Zach didn't remember our name. But he did tell us a lot of insight about Idris. So, I'm assuming Byron is a secret detective. A bad one. A bad detective. Or something like that. Maybe he's a good guy, but then, like, he just doesn't want us to be near Byron because Byron has enemies, and those enemies are attacking him and I. That's what I'm assuming. But anyway, thank you guys for watching today's episode. Stay beautiful, and I'll see you guys in the next one.
조금 어렵겠지만 언제라도 난 여기 서 있어 편하게 생각해도 돼 'Cause I'm yours